Once upon a time, in a small cottage nestled deep within a dense forest, lived a poor father and his mischievous 12-year-old son, Arav. Their humble abode was surrounded by lush greenery, singing birds, and the soothing whispers of the wind through the trees. Arav's father was a woodcutter, eking out a living from the forest, and his only companion in this secluded life was an aged donkey. Arav's mother had passed away shortly after his birth, leaving the father to raise the lively boy on his own. Growing up without a mother's guidance, Arav became a bundle of energy and mischief, making his father's life both challenging and amusing. The forest was their home, and Arav's father believed in teaching his son not just survival skills, but also the virtues of honesty, intelligence, and respect for elders. Despite his father's efforts, Arav preferred the thrill of playing in the forest over learning the essential skills his father tried to impart. The old man tried to teach him the ways of the wilderness, how to handle natural disasters, protect himself from wild animals, endure the cold, and most importantly, gather knowledge from nature itself. Arav's father envisioned a future where his son could fend for himself in the deep forest, a self-reliant and honest man. He wanted Arav to be well-versed in the art of cooking, eating, and surviving without relying on others. He knew that one day, after his inevitable departure, Arav would be alone and needed to face life's challenges head-on. However, Arav, with his carefree spirit, resisted these lessons. He preferred the freedom of play to the discipline of learning. As the days passed, Arav's father grew older and weaker, making him realize that the time to pass on his knowledge was running out. One fateful day, Arav's father fell seriously ill. The responsibilities that the old man shouldered now fell upon the young shoulders of Arav. The dreaded day had arrived, and Arav was faced with the challenge of taking care of his ailing father and managing the daily chores. Arav was shocked by the sudden change in circumstances. His father, who had been his guiding light, was now bedridden and unable to perform even the simplest tasks. The realization struck Arav that he had to step up and become the man his father had been trying to shape. With a newfound determination, Arav remembered all the lessons his father had taught him. He recalled how to start a fire, cook a simple meal, and fend off wild animals. Every piece of advice his father had given him became a valuable tool in his hands. Arav embraced the responsibility that life had thrust upon him. He took charge of the household, ensuring that his father was comfortable and well-fed. He faced challenges with courage, reminding himself that practice makes a man perfect. The skills he had neglected before were now his lifelines. As days turned into weeks, Arav transformed. The once mischievous boy became a responsible and resourceful young man. He cooked meals, gathered firewood, and took care of his father with love and care. The forest, which was once a playground for Arav, now became his classroom, and every tree, animal, and gust of wind became his teacher. Arav's father, witnessing this incredible transformation, felt a sense of pride and contentment. His efforts hadn't been in vain. Arav had learned the most important lesson of all, the value of being self-reliant and responsible. The bond between father and son grew stronger as Arav, in his father's ailing days, became the pillar of support that the old man needed. In the end, Arav's father passed away peacefully, surrounded by the love and care of his once naughty son. Arav, now a young man with a deep understanding of the forest and life itself, carried forward his father's legacy. The lessons learned during those challenging days became the foundation of his character. Arav continued to live in the deep forest, not as a mischievous boy, but as a wise and humble man. The echo of his father's teachings guided him through every challenge, and he lived by the principles of honesty, intelligence, and respect that were instilled in him during his formative years. And so, the story of Arav teaches us that sometimes it takes adversity and responsibility to bring out the best in us. Life's challenges can mold us into stronger, wiser individuals, and the lessons learned from the heart can shape our destinies.